Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are. Welcome to our live stream today. Yes, sir. Yes, madam. The reality is there's close to 14 million residents of North America who are actually out of status legally in terms of immigration, and millions more around the world, whether it's in Europe or other countries. Although you don't need to be out of status to watch us live stream, since we'll be covering some interesting programs, we will be covering some solid options for alternative residencies and citizenships for people who are out of status and are looking for a serious solution, a tangible one. We're going to be covering residencies in Canada, Panama, Europe, and other regions around the world, including the Caribbean. And if you're not out of status, then you have it easier because you have all the options open to you. Unedited, uncensored, live, the exposed truth, no BS, no fluff, just like the rest of our YouTube channel videos. Okay, a quick introduction. Make sure I'm not rude, and I do introduce myself if you don't know me or haven't interacted with me before. My name is Reza. I'm the founder and director of Ingo Immigration, your gateway to second and third alternative residencies and citizenships around the world. We have an active portfolio of over 20 countries and programs that we personally vetted for professionals, families, investors seeking residency and citizenship solutions. At Ingway, we've successfully helped thousands of families since 2018 from 55 different countries navigate the complex landscape of business and investment migration. We cover Europe, Central America, North America, the Caribbean islands, and even New Zealand and the Southwest Pacific region. Whether you're seeking fast track to residency, looking to invest in real estate abroad, aiming to retire comfortably, enhance your quality of life, maybe enhance your children's quality of life, find crypto friendly tax countries, or even perhaps acquire another passport or citizenship without moving anywhere. Whether it's for yourself, future generations, we have those options. We provide more than just visa assistance. We handle the whole process from beginning to end, dealing with government policies, cultural language barriers, time zone issues, risks of investment to make sure we support your portfolio diversification, relocation, or perhaps even just obtaining a citizenship without relocation. Our global partnerships with tax authorities, multilingual teams speaking over 10 languages, make sure you get the best support throughout the whole process. You can engage with our office by connecting through the link below this video, through our website, or just send us a quick message, whether it's on WhatsApp or email. Let's get down to it, folks. Forget all the work permits, study permits, visitor visas, and other temporary solutions, which you may have been contemplating to apply for Canada, Europe, Panama, or other regions. Those won't work for applicants who are out of status in their existing country at the moment. So if you're in the US or another country and you're out of status, forget work permits and study permits and visitor visa. It won't help. You may ask why. The answer is simple. 99% of all countries have regulations that if you're applying from a specific country, which is not your country of birth, you need legal status to apply to their embassies in those countries. This means if you're out of status and you're applying to any other country's embassy in the US in order to obtain a work permit, temporary status, visitor, or study visa, it will be refused since you don't have legal status in that country and have to apply from your own home country. And of course, many of you can't leave your current country because if you've set up businesses, people know you, you've got your kids going to school, all your entire network, family, friends are there, basically your entire life. You can't risk leaving and then not being able to return because of a visitor visa, temporary work permit, or study permit, right? The one and only solution would be to apply for either direct residency programs or citizenship programs, meaning that you're applying as if you're from the country of citizenship, from wherever you're applying, but based on the documents, finances, and professional profile you've created in the country you're out of status. Okay. However, you have to go clean and disclose that you have been out of status, especially let's say if you're applying for Canada. But it's a permanent residency program, so they don't gauge your application based on will you return to your current country of residence or your home country. That's not the basis. It's you want to avoid misrepresentation. You want to make sure everything is upfront, clear, but you're applying for permanent residency. You're not stuck applying for a visitor visa, study permit, work permit, which you will be refused if you don't have legal status in your current country of residence. So that's key. Of course, you can apply as if you're in the country of citizenship. So let's say you're in the US, but you're from another country. But if you don't have a bank account, assets, proof of work, and other documentation from your home country, you will be refused. Hence, even attempting it would be futile. Why would you go through all that trouble to be refused and waste your time, your money, when you know the only clear options are if you obtain permanent residency or citizenship for whatever program, whatever country you're applying for, right? And in case you have no issues with your immigration status where you are, well, you can apply from your current country of residency or citizenship. It doesn't matter. The options are vast. What programs can you apply for direct residency and citizenship if you're out of status in a third country? Well, first one is Canada's startup visa program leading to direct permanent residency with the opportunity to become a Canadian citizen and passport holder after residing in Canada for 3 years after you become PR. Panama's direct permanent residency program through its qualified investor program. Fast and easy with clear path to citizenship. Direct citizenship and passport programs called citizenship-based investment programs in the Caribbean, and even lower cost solutions in the Southwestern or Pacific Ocean countries. Combine your newly acquired passport and also obtain a residency in Dubai, perhaps, United Arab Emirates, through its golden visa or professional sponsorship programs. The sky's the limit. There is a reason I'm not mentioning European countries for this live stream. You have to go through the embassies for all their programs, meaning Spain, Portugal, Italy, Bulgaria, Greece, even Malta. No matter which program or country you apply to in Europe, it has to go through the embassy of that country to give you that temporary residency or that visa to enter Europe or that country to obtain that permanent residency in Malta, for example. Hence, if you're out of status in the current country of residency, how will you get that visa to go? You will be refused. Even if you spend 500,000 euros on some fancy golden visa to any of these countries we just mentioned in Europe, right? That's why you can't apply unless you fix your current situation. However, if you opt for one of the direct citizenship programs we're covering in this video and then combine it with another program, let's say another residency, at that stage, a European program can open up to you later on. Let's say you've moved and resided in another jurisdiction because now you also have a passport you can travel around with. Then Europe could become a future option. So you got to go through little stepping stones. We'll explain how later in this live stream on how you can combine these programs. Let's do the details of the programs we just outlined and why they make sense. What you need, how much it'll cost you, while knowing if your children and dependent family members can join you in this residency citizenship process, whichever it is. First one, Canada's startup program, SUV, permanent residency program leading to a Canadian passport. This program is simple. You either have your own innovative startup or perhaps existing business anywhere outside Canada or even inside Canada, or you can just join an existing startup as an investor or co-founder. This innovative startup is endorsed by a designated entity such as an incubator, VC, or angel investor group in Canada who is part of the startup visa program. It's a business immigration program. Okay, so you got to be aware of that. For investors, professionals, which allows you to apply for direct permanent residency from anywhere in the world. So you could be inside Canada, you could be outside of Canada. No matter where you are, you can apply for your PR, permanent residency, and wait and enter when it has been successfully processed. You do have to be upfront about your being out of status in your current country of residence. That's fine. But you do need to meet all the other eligibility, admissibility that will cover. But then if you're out of status, it doesn't matter. That's not the basis of what they're deciding on. No education is required for this program. So you could be a high school diploma or maybe not even finish high school. It doesn't matter. In terms of eligibility for the startup program to Canada for the direct permanent residency, You need proof of language in English or French with a score of, language benchmark 5, which is very low. If you can speak English or French, that's very low score. Proof of being paid by your own business or perhaps as an employee of a company. It can be owner draws from the company account, dividends, management bonus, wages, salaries, or contracts. Whatever it is, we just need that you need to show that you are being paid somehow for your work. Whether you own a company or not is not relevant. Okay. Medical check for you and your family. If any chronic illness or serious medical issues, you can check with our office in terms of your admissibility to the program as per Canadian immigration regulations. Police and background check. Even if you're out of status in the US, you can still obtain an FBI check, which is national, countrywide. You will also need to work with your home country embassy, whether you're wherever you are now, to obtain a police check from your country of birth as well. Proof of minimum settlement funds, which is a very low Canadian threshold of, depending on your family size, it can range from $18,000-$19,000 Canadian as a single person, all the way to $30,000-$40,000 or higher, depending on your family size, how many children you have, and your common law and spouse. That is basically proof of funds that you can support yourself in Canada during the first year when you become a permanent resident. Last but not least, a letter of support, or it can also be called an endorsement, which can be obtained from a designated entity for your startup business, if you've got a qualifying innovative startup business. And if you don't, you just join in as an investor in an existing group. In terms of costs, you should budget for the designated entity fees, which are for their startup program, for their cohorts, for their admission. Their training can be around 150,000 Canadian. There's immigration, legal services fees, and then you've got to invest in the business. You should be budgeting anywhere around $200,000 Canadian or more, depending on the type of startup or application or how many investors you have. You can include your spouse, common law partner, and children under the age of 22 or single and financially dependent. After you've become a permanent resident in Canada and you've resided full-time in Canada, you can become eligible for citizenship after 3 years, unless the government changes those rules later. But currently, Canada has the fastest path to citizenship and obtaining a passport in any G7 country in the world. So consider that. And the currency has been devalued significantly over the last 4 years. Again, a positive if you're looking at investing, or if you have USD and US dollar currency and you're investing. So it is cheap relative. Permanent residency in Panama leading to Panama passport. That's the other program that you can apply for if you're out of status. This is probably the fastest, simplest, easiest, and most cost-effective residency program in the whole world. You invest in a tangible real asset in Panama, which you own. You will own that, which provides you an ROI of 6 to 8% easily, fully managed, turnkey, in case you don't want to live there yourself. Your residency is processed within 90 days, and you don't even need any education, work experience, language, or anything else, except the investment funds and a police background check. If you have either $200,000 or $300,000 to invest in real estate in Panama, depending on the passport you hold, because if you're Canadian, American, European, South Korean, South African, you can opt for the $200,000 investment. If you're not one of the friendly nations countries, then you should be investing $300,000 minimum for the real estate in Panama. Either residential, office, land, or commercial units, it doesn't matter, as long as you can show title and a clear background check, and you are good to go. This is how it will work. You would remotely select the properties, whether it's the Westin project, on the beach, an office building, city and ocean side view, pay the developer directly for the title transfer, investment certificate to be issued by the Ministry of Commerce, and then apply for your residency through the immigration with the support of our team. Within a month after the initial title transfer investment are completed, your permanent residency in terms of the immigration processing would be ready, and you can move permanently to collect the permanent residency cards for you and your family. Or you can delay it for up to 2 years to pick it up, but there's an administrative penalty that you need to pay, which is very minimal. I think it's like $2,000 something after within 2 years. You will own the property freehold until you hold the residency. Properties in Panama are cheaper than most major North American metropolitan cities. You can own a brand new condo near the ocean or perhaps the old city with a budget of 2 to 300,000. And if you have higher budgets, more options are there, and endless amount of units, whether it's office, residential, or anything else. Panama is 100% tax-free for foreign sourced income. Panama City is extremely safe, probably safer than where you live right now. And it is investor and foreign friendly with sunshine 365 days throughout the year. It's ridiculously easy, and you own an asset, giving you opportunities for rental income if needed and capital appreciation in the future. Citizenship eligibility in 5 years, and you don't even need to live there. With a Panama passport, you will have E2 visa status to the US if you're ever planning to get back to the US to run your business. You can include children under the age of 26 and also even your parents, which is amazing, all with one investment. You could all be in different countries and you unite in Panama through this qualified investor program. What about fast residency in UAE and Dubai? Hey, maybe you want to just get something in weeks. We can make that happen. You can obtain a fast residency in the United Arab Emirates through Dubai or Ras Al Khaimah, which is another coastal city in that country, within weeks, either through a $50,000 sponsorship application through Ras Al Khaimah, or a 2 million dirham, which is equivalent of $544,515 or $700, depending on when you convert it, investment in real estate in that country. Even if you're out of status in your current country, you don't need to deal with the embassy in that country. If you're not from a visa exempt country, you can obtain a visa online for Dubai or UAE and just fly in. Within 10 working days in that country, you get a residency stamp, you do your medical, and it's done. It's fast, simple, and to the point. No BS. As long as you can pass the medical check, international security check, and have the funds to do the investment or to go through that sponsorship, nothing else is required. If you're worried that perhaps you don't have a valid passport or can't travel there because of your passport issues, then you can always combine one of our citizenship investment programs, the CBIs, to purchase a passport before you apply and fly to Dubai or Ras Al Khaimah or anywhere else that you may fancy a very fast residency. Remember, we're always posting about these key details for investors and entrepreneurs for new programs and policy changes seeking residencies, passports, and tax relief. And if that's what you're interested in, you can subscribe to a YouTube channel because at the end of the day, it's free. St. Lucia's based investment program, the CBI. The island of St. Lucia offers a citizenship-based investment program to you, your loved ones, and even parents with single dependent siblings. A chance to obtain a passport within months. For a single adult, the price would be $260,150 as per today's date, including all processing fees, donations to the government, and due diligence and passport fees. You just need to show your bank statement, the funds, and a police check. Even if you're out of status in your current country of residency, we can mail you the passport in months. So if you're out of status, you will still get this passport. It's that simple. In case you want a better investment option for St. Lucia, you can also opt for the government bond program of $300,000 plus an admin fee of $50,000, which you will be refunded in 5 years for your original investment of $300,000. This excludes processing fee, due diligence, government process, and legal fees. You can include parents, siblings, single siblings, your spouse, common law, and children, even adult children who may still be 100% financially dependent and single. What about the other islands? Antigua, Barbuda, Dominica, Grenada, and St. Kitts and Nevis. There are 4 other islands in the Caribbean region which sell their passports outright, and you can obtain them legally in many cases in months, similar to St. Lucia that we just covered. Each program has different price points, different investment donation options, and different eligibility in case you're considering including your single siblings and parents. In case you're considering a more tangible investment than just a donation, then Antigua and Barbuda and Grenada also have good options for real estate, real real estate, not the little paperwork that they push around in the other islands. But your budget would have to be significantly higher than what is needed for the donation to the government program. So you could do a lower price donation route for the citizenship, or actually buy a unit in Grenada or in Antigua at higher price points. But it's a tangible asset. You will hold it freehold. We've listed all the inclusive lowest prices for these four islands in this article that we're posting out afterwards. Antigua Barbuda donation to government for single adult is $254,455. Dominica is $167,750 single adult. Grenada donation to government $250,200.22. Saint Kitts and Nevis $250,360 donation to government single adult. Are there cheaper options? Yeah. A very cost-effective CBI program is Nauru, a micro island in the Southwest Pacific Ocean, offering its passport in 3 to 4 months based on a low donation for the government climate change fund. The citizenship can allow you to travel visa-free to UK, Ireland, South Korea, Hong Kong, Singapore, Taiwan, Dubai, and 82 more countries. The cost for a single adult, all-inclusive, $140,000. With any of the above passports that we've discussed today, it's unlikely you would reside, of course, in any of these countries that just sell their passports, because these are islands. But you can combine them for a visa-free travel around the world and a residency, perhaps in Dubai, Singapore, Hong Kong, or maybe even the EU if you prepare your application correctly. So let's say you get a residency somewhere else with that passport and then apply for you. 100% possible. All options are open to you when you have the financial strength to buy yourself out of the current situation you may be in. Without an immigration status in the US or another country, you are out of status, but you can gain that status. We've covered the programs today that you can utilize as your realistic options for residency or citizenship in case you're stuck in the US or another country without status. And of course, if you don't have problems with your immigration status, then kudos to you. All programs are wide open for you as long as you can have enough financial resources and the eligibility, admissibility to go through the checklist. Applying for any of these programs can be daunting, a life-changing decision for you, your children, your family, common law, spouse, even parents, and even future generations who are not yet born. And that's why we are here for you to provide guidance, custom proposals, hand-holding you the whole way with clear outcomes. We don't do maybe or if. Our clients hire us for clear results and don't want to waste their money or time. That's why we exist. And if you fall into that category, then you can reach out to us. If you're in that other category, well, let me do this and see how it goes. Well, 20 years later, that's where you are now. If you like immigration hacks, creative immigration solutions, key analysis, and exposed truth about immigration, residency, citizenship programs around the world, subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos and posts about these programs. And why, you ask, you may subscribe? Well, it's 100% free. You can unsubscribe anytime, and it's very easy. Unlike some of those subscriptions you get where you have to send letters and give them 90 days notice. It's very easy to unsubscribe with us. We've got a few comments, questions. Said Mohammed Hussein, thanks, boss. Greetings you. Hi, RCIP. Have chances for Outlanders. Okay, we'll cover that. We'll just do a quick conclusion. Thanks for tuning in to our live stage presentation today. If you see the potential for yourself, your family, your siblings, your neighbors, your clients in securing an alternative residency or citizenship, make sure to stay connected with us for the latest updates, opportunities in global residencies and citizenships. We're dedicated in crafting customized solutions based on clear upfront payment milestones, processes, and steps, and no hidden costs. It's all customized and there's no cookie cutter packages. We offer a variety of programs to match your goals, backed by our expertise and making sure there's transparency, choice, and security. With comprehensive errors and omissions insurance and client trust accounts with our North American banking institutions, we protect your interests. Plus, our multilingual team supports applicants from 55 different countries so far. Ready to take the next step? Click on the link below this video. Reach out to us. If you're qualified, professional, eligible for any of our programs, we would love to speak with you and we can get on a quick call for you. F777 says, hi, is RCIP have a chance for Outlanders? I'm not sure what this RCIP thing is that many people are going. So the rural community program in Canada, you do need um, a job offer. So, and right now, priority is given to people who are working in Canada. So, if you're not in that local community, and if you don't have a job offer, you're not in the in-demand occupation for that program. Okay, and you don't have enough points to gain that invitation, there's little chance that you can use the rural community immigration pilots. So the chances for Outlanders used to be okay. Now it's, I would say, significantly lower. Okay. And it's not that easy as it sounds. Many people are still, considering that, yes, it's a chance and playing with your hopes. It doesn't work that easy. If you don't have clear ties, immediate ties to that community, if you're not working there, then it may be that you will not be eligible to apply, or you may not be invited. You could be eligible, but you're not invited. So that's on the Canadian side. In terms of other programs, we do have over 20 programs that we offer our clientele. If you like fast track, quick, no uncertainty, we have a lot of programs. If you like Canada, it's slower, but we can get you through. No matter where you are, what your background is, there's always a solution out there if you have that financial resource to make it happen. We're here to support that process. We are here every Thursday, 11 a.m. Eastern Time, North America Eastern Time. So we'll be covering different program next week. We'll have a live Q&A session. And of course, remember, folks, you got to do your homework and you have to plan and then apply. Don't apply for the sake of applying. Make sure you have a clear plan, clear pathway, and then you do the application, because you need to compare all the different programs and make sure it matches your ultimate goal, your medium term, long term, and sometimes even your short term goals. Thanks folks for tuning in. We'll be back here next week on our YouTube live channel, and of course we've got videos posted throughout the week, and you can post and engage with our office through email, website, WhatsApp, whatever fancies you. Thanks again, folks. If you missed us, you can always press rewind when this video is posted and tune in next week on our Thursday live stream. Take care. Appreciate it. Bye-bye now.